Neither am I.
Hi. Oh man, I'm really low. Where's the thing? There we go. That's a little better. Hi.
I'm not shrinking.
That's okay. You don't have to.
I might sit up a little taller.
Oh goodness. So
my!
It's 3:30 already.
Wow.
Where did the day go?
This morning was like inching along, and then
it was
boom.
gone.
Here we are.
Mm-hmm.
So hello.
Yeah.
Hi Lisa. Hi Shirley.
Yeah. Hi guys. It's Tuesday again.
It is. It's always Tuesday. I swear it's always Tuesday.
Yeah. The week is just made up of different variations of Tuesday.
Different variations of Tuesdays. Yes. Yes, it is. So, what did you do this weekend?
Nothing really super exciting. No.
I did absolutely nothing. Not anything at all. I was an absolute slug.
We have to have those times.
I finished a book, and I slept a lot. I needed it a lot. I needed more than I slept, actually, but I slept a lot.
Oh, sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah. So, hi, Mom.
I did.
Hi,
yeah. Hi, Mom. Hi, Judy. I did. I'm almost back together from my little rearranging downstairs, but I didn't. I thought I was going to work on the rest of my Luck of the Gnomes pillow, Lucky Us, but I didn't. I moved it from one part of the desk to the other.
Oh,
which was super exciting.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Started plotting out a Valentine's Day version.
Oh.
So I drew and did some plotting, but I didn't do anything past that.
Alrighty then. Yeah, I literally was very unproductive.
That's okay.
I did start a different puzzle. I gave up on the one. I got all of the parts that were pictures, and I had all of the outline done, and then I had the interior almost all done. The only parts that I didn't finish of that one, it was literally gray wood. So it was wood grain. And there's a little bit darker wood grain here and a little bit lighter wood grain there. And I was like, I'd like to keep the rest of my hair rather than pull it out. We're going to call it. So I said, I'm done. And I put it away and I started a new one.
Oh,
and
sometimes you just got to do that.
I got a couple different puzzles for Christmas. And so I finally, I don't think I've ever not finished a puzzle that I started, but unfortunately that day came. So I put that one away and started another one.
I didn't plug in.
No, you did not. Is that on this side?
It is. This is, so the other day I was trying to plug my laptop in and, it was like a USB cord. You know how many times you plug in and out and it's only two-sided? The same thing was happening with that. I'm like,
this doesn't work like
there are only two different ways that this can go in.
Yeah.
And I shouldn't have
taken it the third time?
I got it like the fifth time. Oh. I was like, really? I'm like, this is awful.
That's terrible odds.
It was not good. I was like, really? I could not believe that I did that. There we go. Oops. So now that should be better. Oh, it's all good.
Okay. Like, that's not a good sign.
Yeah, no, it's all good. Okay, so we've been on a series of things
about basics of how you do stuff. So we've talked about hooping and the basics of what to and do and what not to do and all of that. And we've talked about scan and cut mats and what to put on them and how to get stuff off of them and how to take care of them.
It also says that we're digital dealer exclusives right now.
Oh, look at that. You are really on the money today.
On the ball.
You want to change that?
Yep, I'm going to do that as soon as I find that.
I was looking, I'm like, I don't remember it usually says purple, but I didn't make it all the way up to the top to see it.
There we go. It's SNL today.
Look at that.
You just never know. It's magic.
Boom. Just like that.
Just like that.
Look at that.
Too bad I hadn't done that at the beginning.
So.
Wow. Sorry, guys. I feel like we should just end and start again. All right.
So here's the secret of all secrets. Human,
right? We mess this up a lot.
We have days too. So
it's been a day.
So I started and I got actually quite a bit of another puzzle done. It's my favorite picture of Jeff and I.
Aw.
So it's been the background of my phone for
Forever.
ever and ever and ever. Even when I get new phones, it shows back up. It's been the background of his computer screen for I can't look at it on my computer screen forever and ever too, because I can't have that be the only thing I ever see. But
that's fair.
So
we're gonna talk about this stuff today.
So what are we gonna do?
But before we do this, let's just really quickly. So there's. If you're watching this later on, this won't mean anything to you at all. But if you're watching us actually live today, apparently Snowpocalypse 2022 is on its way.
It might come. Yeah. If somebody knows what they're talking about.
That's right.
If they know what they're talking about this time around.
So we just wanted to make sure that everybody may call for the next couple of days before you come into the shop. Lisa lives the closest.
I live fairly close. I don't have too bad of a drive to get here. So there's a very good chance that I will make it in without too much of a problem. However, I'm off on Thursday. So I won't be here Thursday regardless of how much snow is on the ground. So and I love my job and I love all of you, but I'm not coming into my day off to trudge through the snow and be the only one here. So
and Tony and I
on a good day,
it's a 40-minute drive without anything. So we're kind of in that snow belt over there. So we oftentimes do get a little bit worse, and we do have some country roads over there. So it is likely that we will all be here tomorrow. It is possible that we may close early tomorrow, depending on how bad it gets in the afternoon. But there is a real good possibility that the shop will be closed on Thursday. So make sure that you call before you
make
come.
Sure that somebody's here before you drive out in the lovely weather to brave the snow or ice or whatever it is.
What it will be like. You can always shop online. Online will be open. And if for some reason the shop itself is not open, I will certainly be answering emails and Facebook messages and things like that. So if you do have questions, while you can't reach me by telephone because I'm not giving you my phone number, I will answer the emails and any Facebook posts or anything that come in, and we will post.
It'll be on the site. It'll be on Facebook. Whatever's. If we're leaving early, we'll post it. If we're not coming in, we'll post it.
So we'll
send out an email and all the whole jazz. So we will keep you as informed as possible. But we do realize that all of you aren't necessarily getting every email or whatnot. So please call first
before you come.
I would hate to have someone drive in bad weather and get here and then have nobody be here and get there. So
now we got the housekeeping part out of the way.
So
let's talk about tools.
Let's talk about some tools. And so we talked about hooping a few weeks ago, and this kind of goes in conjunction with that, but not so much once you get it in the hoop, but before you get it to the hoop, where do you want it to be once you get it in the hoop?
Yeah, how do you figure out
where to put the embroidery, or whether it's embroidery or whether it's like an iron-on vinyl, because you can use these same techniques for both. So whether you're doing scan and cut stuff and you're cutting heat transfer vinyl, or whether you're, where do I stick my embroidery? Same kind of thing is going to work. So we've got a whole bunch of different tools out in front of us here. And I'm Italian and I'm talking with my hands and they're going all over the place.
So we're going to show you some of our favorite tools. And like Lisa was mentioning, these can be used for both scan and cut and or embroidery or whatever project you're doing, regular applique.
It could be standard applique,
Any type of embellishing on anything, really. These are great tools. We did make sure that they are listed up on the website. So I'll make sure that I throw some links up there while you guys are watching, so you can go back and click on those later on if you want. But I am going to change the screen here so we can see some of these a little bit better. And here we go. So some of our favorite hooping tools come from Dime. Dime designs in machine embroidery. They do make some really, really handy tools, and they're super nice because they're made out of a really flimsy type plastic, but they're sturdy and easy to manipulate and things like that. What's that?
It's like trying to swallow them, but
Hi, Dad.
Yeah.
So we have two kits sitting
Hi, Dad.
out here. We have the Perfect Placement Kit, which is this one right here, and then we have the Embroidery Tool Kit. So the Embroidery Tool Kit has a bunch of different types of rulers into it. So it really helps once you've got your material in your hoop. If you are not perfect or you are trying to find you're trying to work underneath a design or something like that, these rulers work really well inside your hoop, helping you get your designs placed. Oh, she did it placed where you want it.
It's my fault.
I was perfectly fine until
I even said the word.
She did.
I just said the word. So these guys
yes.
kind of go with this, and
then,
these guys, there's a whole stack of these. We kind of
Mhm.
have them mixed up a little bit. They are similar, but obviously different.
Mhm.
So
let's use this one
let's start with
first,
that
and
one.
then I'll set this one off to the side here so we have a little more space.
All right. So I really like these. I have these at home,
Mhm.
and I certainly have used them. I don't always use them. It depends on who I'm doing something for, and if I already have a plan or what kind of. So if it's something that I'm doing on a repeat, and I know, like this, I put in this spot.
Mhm.
Once I have figured out a spot, I don't necessarily go back to this every time that I'm doing it, but I might have used it to find my spot
Yeah.
in the first place. But these are slick because they say down here, I don't know, maybe wait, do we have something
How about
that's
this right here?
That's down here? So it says write what each type of this, whatever one it is, it says literally use this for this type of thing. And there is a stack of them. So you've got all kinds of alignment tools for tons of different type of projects.
Mhm.
So there's literally all kinds of things. So let's talk about this guy here. So this is a napkin on point. So it's pretty obvious, right? So I have a towel, but same concept.
It's a napkin.
It's a napkin.
It's a large
just
napkin.
a really, really big one because I'm really messy, which is actually fairly true. So, so if I have,
I'll give you some space.
If I have my corner here, I literally line up the template and I have a point that I am going to stitch in. So it's literally giving me, I thought it was going to move on me. It was sliding. All right. And then these also come in the box. And I take my handy dandy alignment sticker. I get my tool align, and then I place that. Okay, I suck. There we go. I get that to where I am happy with the alignment. And then I take that to my hoop and place that with, bring a grid by any chance? Probably not.
No.
So if I have my plastic grid that comes with my hoop, I can make sure that that is completely aligned, or if I have a drop laser or whatnot, to make sure that I'm aligned when I'm actually hooping. Or
so let's say because we have two kits here and we don't usually bounce between different things, but this is an actual opportune time to show this. So if you
I'm going to slide this over so she can work a little bit easier.
And it's not perfect. So let's say no matter how hard I try, whenever I get my design in, I know that this is not perfect. So what I can do is I can place this tool in here. This is like a compass. And what you do is you place this so that you can see your arrows, and then you turn the degree mark on here so that you match the line on your sticker. So this tells us that we need this to be like 37 degrees
to the left.
So if I move the design by that much, then I should end up with my design being straight up and down. So that's the hard part. When I hoop incorrectly, because we all sometimes hoop incorrectly. No matter how hard we try, sometimes the material itself just will not cooperate with us, and
Right.
it skews. And I mean, I wouldn't look at that and be like, well, that is 16 degrees left.
To the port? No.
So we have these great tools that
Don't
will help
that.
us. So this guy, he's in a different kit, but this is
super helpful.
Yes.
So some of us have tools that our machine will do that
Yes.
for us.
Yes.
But a lot of us don't. And
But
I think
assuming
there's
you
probably a larger percent of us that don't have that tool
Mhm.
than the percentage of us that do. So just for kicks and giggles, how much does that one cost?
So the full kit is about $35.
And how much does this one cost?
I think this one also costs $35, $35.99.
So not a whole lot of money in the big picture.
No.
When you're talking about making sure that everything ends up. So I don't know about you guys, but my stress level is worth a lot to me. If
Yep.
I am not stressed out about where I'm putting something, and if this is a piece of cake for me,
Mhm.
I have a dot on my forehead again. She's squiggling out my face. You guys can't see that, but I can. So not having to stress about that when you sit down and go, oh my gosh, this is just the worst part. Right. I can just get past this part. This is something that I think a lot of people really struggle with. And this could be like the breaking point, I guess, at some point for people.
Yeah.
And so being able to sit down and not have to worry about, I don't know where to put this.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the right place to go? So this is a simple one, right? I mean, if you have this in the wrong spot, it wouldn't make or break a napkin or a towel.
Mm-mm.
But if you put something on a shirt and it ends up as crooked or maybe sorry guys, if anybody's sorry dad, a nipple marker instead of above, it could be bad. You know, I mean, nobody would wear that, right? That would be a problem instead of, and it's okay, no big deal. It's bad, right? So having that makes a huge difference. So
if you think about like less than $100 gets you sort of all of the tools that you might need to make sure that all of your placement choices are in exactly the same, the right spot. Are you looking for like a shirt?
Yeah.
It's down at the bottom.
Of course it is. I have to read them all.
Yeah. So here is your center chest.
So I didn't bring a shirt over here. So I apologize. But you guys, just so that you can see, I'm going to get this bright blue thing out of the way. And you guys can see with the there we go. So here we have the center of the shirt. So whether you have buttons, whether you have whatever it happens to be, you've got that center line and you've got the top of the shirt. You've got the neckline seam. So if you are centering something, you've got literally all of the markings that you have to work with. You've got a baseline for somewhere to go. So if somebody says, well, where do you go? You're going to be like, oh, probably a couple inches down from center. And okay, center of what? Center of where?
Right.
I feel like we're missing one.
There might be some more in there.
There's a blanket.
So here. In here.
This one. This is the one that I'm like, where's the left chest one?
Yeah, that's the center.
So that is the center. So this is the left chest. You've got all kinds of options here based on the size of the shirt. Because of course, let me make that bigger. Sorry. Depending upon the size of your shirt, that's going to matter. So there is no exact answer. And people always ask me that. Well, where do I put it? I'm like, I can't tell you that because it's not necessarily always going to be the same. If you have, your shoulder or what is this seam? Underarm seam. Thank you. And the center of the shirt, whether there be a button seam here or, you've got a lot of different variables. Is it a t-shirt? Is there buttons? in the front? Is there a collar? Is there no collar? All of those things are going to make a difference on how those things are going to work. So, and then what size is it?
Right.
Is it a man or is it a woman? Is there going to be a curve there? Are they heavy chested? Are they not? All of those things do make a difference. So even having a exact spot, you're still going to want to think about what, is this heavy chested?
Yep.
Because there's going to be more of a curve there. And where is that going to lie comparative on all of those things? But having somewhere that you can literally just take your fabric and lay that down and say, okay, here's this. Here's my top seam line, and line that up. And then you go, oh, look at that. That's where I'm supposed to go. And then Sarah and I were having this conversation. No matter what, it doesn't matter what size it is. I stand in front of a mirror before I do shirts and I look at it and I go, oh, that's going to hit right where I don't want it to because of fill in the blank. And I will make an adjustment based on
that,
whatever that is, whether it's male, female, whether it's heavy or light chested, all of those things. So I always make a visual adjustment based on that. But this is so great because it gives me that comfortable.
Yeah, you're in the zone.
You're
I'm
like,
in the right
I am
area.
totally within millimeters or of where I want to be. And then if I go, I feel more comfortable if I was just a hair to the left or whatever that be. Because neither do you want it to roll off the side and go into the armpit.
Right.
Because
that's awkward. Yeah. What's your name?
Can you
hold your arm up?
Right?
I'm just seeing, who am I today?
Who am I supposed to? Yeah, no, we don't want to do that, right? So all of those things, you always want to check, especially if you're doing it for somebody else. You want to, if it's for you, you have a lot less fear of that uncomfortable.
Absolutely.
God, I got to get this right. But these are great. So I love this one. I have used a ton. The center chest I love because it literally gives you, it's a lot harder to line up visually, where this gives you that mark, so that you have that. And then you've got all of these other ones. Do you want to go through what we've got?
Yeah. So the other thing that just before you put that away, sometimes what I'll do is if I have the option to print out a template of my design, I will put I'll put like 2 pieces of tape on there. I'll put one on the top of it so it kind of sticks to the placement here, and then one on the bottom, and then I can kind of get this where I want, and then when it's where I want it, I can pull this off.
Yeah.
And then my template from my fabric piece that I printed is exactly where I want it to be, and then I can kind of pin it in place and then go and do what Lisa was talking about, like check in the mirror to see,
I like where it's laying?
Right.
Yep.
Is it and especially if it's for like for a girl, because
unfortunately things don't always lie like we want them to.
No, and embroidery is different certainly than scan and cut stuff, but if you have vinyl and you have stuff going across the chest, it doesn't always have stretch to it. So it can really sit strange over top of that. So
you get that weird pucker thing going on in between letters.
Yeah,
because the weird shirt wants to stretch and the vinyl does not. So we don't. Yeah, we got to be very careful. I think this goes with that one.
Yes.
But yeah, that is a really great great tip to have that second option to hold that in place as you go. So if in case you guys can't see that, I'm gonna hold that up a little bit closer. You want to place the top of that 2 inches down, not the center 2 inches down. Just throwing that out there.
Yes. So this one is a receiving blanket, and it's got a bunch of different sizes on here. So if your design is bigger, you would of course need to move that up. So it does take that into account.
So So inside of the hem. So if there's a large seam, that's where you're marking from, not from the outside edge.
Like those really pretty satin bindings that are on the outside. So we have a top sheet. They're assuming that maybe you might be doing some sort of monogramming. So they're kind of giving you some placements. You've got top of band above band placement. So you've got some different options for how you want to use that.
Does that help a little?
Mm-hmm. So again, just the sheet itself does have some choices of places for you to put it.
And I love that some of these have that opening, so you can put that sticker right in there.
Yeah, and so the placement kit does come with the stickers that we were showing you here, but keep in mind, if you do own a Dream machine or a Solaris or any of the machines that the Brother or Baby Locks that have the camera or the app feature, you have a snowman sticker.
Right.
So what you would do in this instance is you would use your
snowman
sticker instead of this. But if you don't know what I'm talking about because you don't have that machine, then you would use
that, and then you would use your needle positioning to line up with that crosshair.
Yep. So this one is baby burp cloths.
So cute.
Yep.
All of the things that you can do.
Right.
It's just
boxers.
Because, you
should do that.
Valentine's Day is coming up here, guys.
That's
Let's plan ahead.
What is that?
Bath towel with a border. Pillowcase and top sheets.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this one's a good one. This one's cuffs.
So absolutely. So you've got the buttonhole. It's showing you all of those things. So you can see where to place. Pillowcase again. So monogramming on a pillowcase.
And then a different napkin. So a regular corner.
Yep. Instead of the center points if you're doing in a corner.
And these are both hand towels. One with a border and one without a border.
So this one is with. This one is without.
We already saw a napkin on point.
Yep. That was the one that I did earlier.
And then this is a bath towel without a border.
So this is for a monogram. So you're doing, this is suggesting 3.5. So that's the size of this here. And again, this is the centering here. So if you were doing a different size design, you could make some adjustments based on that, but it's still going to give you a good starting point from there. So
here we have that's just the back of the box here so that you can see what's included. So 11 linen templates, 4 wearable templates. I always
go the wrong way. Why do I always go the wrong way?
Target stickers, text stickers, and then there is a full color. There's a booklet in there that goes with this that gives you more information on how to use everything.
Yep, and it does come with a ruler too, so that you can measure.
And I just want to point out, so if you are online and you, when I put these up on the website, there is a minimum advertised price that is higher than what I verbally quoted for you. I will refund the difference, but I can't put it out there at that price because we're not allowed.
We're not allowed.
So I believe they're up on the website for $45.99, but they will be off. Because we have minimum advertised prices.
Yeah, we got rules.
But we do have them on sale. So they'll be this many off. So like $35.99. I'm not allowed to say that, but that is what they are going to be for.
They're on sale.
They're on sale, even though we're not allowed to do
wink,
that.
Wink.
Yeah, wink, wink.
Okay. So,
yes.
There you go.
There you go. And I think that is it for that kit.
This is a fantastic stress reliever when you are working. It just gives you the confidence to start stitching so that you aren't worried about what am I supposed to do.
Yeah, where should it
whether
be?
You are an experienced embroiderer or whether you are just starting, it doesn't matter. We all have that same, am I putting this in the right spot?
Right. So then you go to Google
and then
you know because it's on the internet, it must be true.
And then
that's your
you have a
I think that's that 20-page kit. That's the 20 pages that are color instructions.
Always good to have instructions.
So the next one that we have is
these go in here, right?
Yes.
We're just gonna
one of them goes in here, one of them goes in there.
Maybe those go to
you. So the next one that we have is the Embroidery Tool Kit.
Beautiful glare on that.
Yeah.
So sorry, guys. So this, that your little compass guy is just fantastic. Not that they aren't all fantastic, but this is just that was my fault today.
It always happens.
When you had me come over and loosen the
ready?
screw, I had a phone and I set it down, and that's where it got left. This is great. You know, for those of us that have the snowman sticker, we don't think about this because we have a function that will kind of do that for us. But anybody that doesn't, this is just fantastic because it literally does exactly what that snowman sticker does. It allows you to go, oh, hey, I am this many degrees off, and boom, there you go. It's that simple. So we've already talked about that cute little guy. And shown you how that works. What else we got?
So we have this one. One of the things that I want to point out, it's probably harder to see on that box. You have inches, but you also have metric down here. So if you are trying, because you have metric on your embroidery machine and you don't have the ability to go back and forth, or maybe you just like one or the other, it's nice to have that as an option.
No doubt.
So this is kind of what we would consider a centering ruler. So you've got 0 and then it goes out, but it also, you can turn it. So if you're looking for just something teeny tiny, or maybe you're trying to make sure that you have something aligned up vertically or horizontally or in some weird shape, or an L or whatever, because it kind of moves around, you can do whatever you want with it, which is a nice choice. And then you have, there's several different versions of centering because you have a couple of different hoop sizes. So you've also got this one. And then we have some squares.
So if you've got big hoops, these will go in your hoops too. So you've got lots of,
but yeah, you've got all of your different centering ones. Is it Caitlin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Did you say after you're done on your live?
So last night, before she went up to bed, she goes, so you're live tomorrow, right? So I can't call you? I said, that's correct, honey. Don't call me tomorrow when you get home from school. So she texted me instead. Little turkey butt. Oh.
So we have, like I said, I think you've got 4x4, 5x7, and 6x10 embroidery centering hoops available for you. She is such a hoop. I love her.
Oh, Lord.
And these guys are, if you are a sprayer inside your hoop, that's what this is. So you can to these pieces on to like get down to the bottom of the nitty gritty to protect your hoop. Yep, there is the 6x10 one doesn't come as a solid one. You have to put the bottom pieces together if you want. But you can add the different pieces, and then you've got your 4x4.
Nice.
So you've got a bunch of different tools. You have these guys. So if you want to add some centering rulers, they come with this, so you can use them. You've got your angle finder. You have all kinds of different choices of things that are available for you. There's your spray guard, so you can kind of see that in action there.
That is really nice.
Yeah. So you have a bunch of different pieces inside of them. So again, great way to make sure that you're centering, you're lined up, you're where you want. We did add a couple of other tools in the shop. So if you type in hoop helpers or hooping tools, you'll find a variety of different things that we didn't necessarily have here. There's a couple of them in the shop that are coming in. There's a hooping buddy, which is kind of like the perfect placement kit template, except for it's like cardboard and it's like a half a shirt. So you put it along
that edge, and it gives you the different markings for the different sizes.
Yes, and there's a kids one and an adult one. And the combo of that one is like $35.99. So they're coming back soon. But these are just, like I said, some really nice tools. This definitely is worth its weight in gold if you are trying to be perfect with names. Things that need to be straight. when you
Yes.
don't have them straight in your hoop. Sometimes it's really obvious above a shirt pocket, along
Absolutely.
a a collar, something like that. It's really, really nice to be able to have something that you can match the angle of degree that you're off. And Lisa and I were talking earlier about, she asked, do you use these? And I said, it's funny because when I first started embroidering, I didn't know a lot. And these tools have been around for a long time. So I have had a set of these. But I have actually bought 2 sets of this because I used this ruler so much that my rivet in the center it came out, and I kept trying to buy a bigger one and put it back in over and over again. And eventually it just died. So I had to get myself a new one. But it was great because I didn't used to own a machine
that had the ability to do that on its own.
That's right. And so while I feel appreciative that I have the ability to scan and use my camera and things like that, the reality is that's a very small percentage of us.
Right. No
I
doubt.
think it should be larger, but it really is a small percentage. If you have that option and that is in your budget, you should definitely get that because it does make you, I actually think that those
funny
tools
thing is that
make us sloppy hoopers.
Because it can be fixed later.
I don't need to be perfect anymore. Yeah,
right.
I used to be much more precise.
But what I don't want to say I get a kick out of it, but I am always surprised by how many people have the tools and don't realize it, so they don't use it.
Yes.
Because there are a whole lot of people that have that camera feature and the snowman stickers and don't know to use them. They'll come in and you have the ability, oh, well, I did this, but I screwed it up because of this, that, and the other thing. And I'll ask them, well, why didn't you use the snowman sticker? And they look at me with this blank look on their face, like, the what? And so it's certainly a fantastic tool, but even a lot of us that have it don't necessarily know how to use it. So
maybe next week we'll do snowman stickers.
Maybe we should
do it on the Dream Destiny Stellaire style machine instead of the Luminaire Solaris, because it is
definitely different
on that machine,
on the Stellaire with the app. And how to use it with that is definitely a little bit different. It's just easier on the ones with the camera in it,
right?
But those that have to use the app, there's an additional step in there, slightly different. But I'm, like I said, I'm always surprised by people that have bought the machines that have it and still aren't using it. So maybe this is more it's your speed.
Yeah, it's definitely universal.
It is, absolutely. And just because you have that, maybe you're not comfortable using it, and that's okay too. And this is you do this.
Yeah.
And you're good.
It's really rocket proof.
It's just the simplicity is built into it, and that's why it works. And so it's fantastic. Not that the camera doesn't work and it's not simple, but this is certainly I think everybody comfortable.
This is low tech.
It is low tech.
If you still like your flip phone, this is for you.
Sorry. Nope. Scratch that.
Don't be a quitter.
Don't be a quitter. Be a quilter. What's the L stand for this week?
Low tech.
Low tech. There we go. I guess I didn't realize it had these in there. I never really paid attention. You know how I feel about gunk on your hoops.
Yes.
So, this is fantastic.
This helps no gunk on your hoop.
Here's the 4x4. You guys can see it covers all of that up.
It does.
Look at that. Of course, except that part.
Yeah.
But maybe we can. No, just kidding. We'll put something else over there. But no, that is that's really great. I didn't realize those were in that. I knew about the tools parts, but I didn't realize about the spray guards. That's really cool.
Yeah. So placement. I guess the big thing is that there are no 100% like absolutes in
there are not,
and
I mean we certainly get that question all the time. And unfortunately, there is not a answer that we could always give you that is the answer no matter what.
Mhm.
And that's because of different body types. If you're talking clothes, and different sizes,
Mhm.
with all of those things do come into play. The 2 inches down from the neck is a fairly standard center alignment type from the
Mhm.
neckline. That one's pretty. The top of your design, 2 inches down from the neck, that one's
Mhm.
pretty standard.
Yeah.
But once you start going over to a left breast, that one's crapshoot,
Yes.
unfortunately, and you've got lots of variations, which that's the hard one.
Mhm.
It's not
Yeah.
too hard to center something.
No.
Um,
And sometimes if you're like a really big shirt, like if you're a big guy, sometimes 2 inches down,
isn't enough, because then it's like,
it really does.
if it's this design and the shirt is
It's-
a 3 or 4X,
Right.
it looks ridiculous.
Right.
So you have to look at whatever it is and go, okay, let's make a logical,
Mm-hmm. Let's think about how this would work on
what it's going to actually, which is why I do the hold up test
uh-huh.
and go, oh,
Mm-hmm.
that's that one.
Yes.
So even though I follow the rules,
Yeah.
sorta,
Yeah.
I always do that.
So clothes are definitely more ish.
Yep.
But
your towels are going to be standard size. Your,
Yeah.
all of that kind of thing, whether it's burp cloth and,
Mhm.
baby clothes are baby clothes. They're not,
yeah. Well, and there is a special one. Hi.
hi, let you do it. No.
There is a special one for baby clothes. This one has a bunch of different. I'll switch the camera real quick. There's going to be really bad glare on there. I'm sorry. This one is just children's wearables. So it has like left chest for youth, small, medium, large, extra large, 2T, 4T, center chest, newborn center chest, bibs, burp cloths, baby blankets, diaper covers, snap. So that's like a onesie bottom. So
overall jumpers.
yeah, a bunch of different styles. So like if your specialty is kids clothes,
then that would be the one for you.
this
versus...
is a good one to get. Beside, you wouldn't want necessarily the standard one, because maybe you're not doing napkins and things like that. So it's $45.99. Yeah, they're all.
This one comes
also
with
has
alphabets.
2 alphabets. Yeah,
Yeah.
which is a really nice one.
That's cute.
It
Look
is
at
a
that
really cute
alphabet. Isn't that adorable? Sorry.
That's okay. We're easily distracted, aren't we?
Sometimes.
Yes. That's what makes it so fun.
That's what it's all
I
about.
see Marge would like to see it on a dream. So the only way we can make it work on a dream is if actually somebody has a dream here.
Yeah, because we don't have those anymore.
They're unfortunately have been discontinued, and we don't have the new version uses the app, but the concept is still
the concept is
very
exactly
much
the
the
same. So everything that we would do on the new one, Marge, would be the same. You would just have one less step. You would, when you hit your camera button, your camera would move, instead of having to go to the app. So it's actually simpler on yours than it would be on the new one.
Yeah.
So, but the concept of everything would be the same.
Yes, because the only thing that we can guarantee is that they are going to keep changing things.
What she said. Unfortunately. But yeah, so, all of the pieces that we have here today are only there to make your life more simple. And as much as we would love to say we could give you a blanket answer for all of those questions that we've been asked over the years, unfortunately, the answer is there isn't a blanket answer. It's just, man. I'm surprised that she is not texting me again, because I didn't answer her right away. She usually doesn't wait for the additional.
So I did put up the link that had some of the hooping helpers in it. So if you follow that link, or if you go to our website on the Shopify part, you will find, if you search for hooping helper, you will be able to find exactly what we just posted up there.
With all of these things, I just want to say you still need to use your common sense. So once you get everything there, you still need to look at it and go, yep, that's what I want it to do. So, unfortunately, there's always going to be a exception to every rule, and that does not change with any of these things. That being said, if you are slightly off on most of these things, it's also going to probably be just fine. The I just that's my what do you call it? Exclusion, my
fine print.
The fine print? Yeah, that sounds good. We'll call it fine print of, well, you said, nope. You do have to look at it before you actually stitch and go, yep, that's what I want it to do. Because there's going to be those freak whatever projects that just need a little bit of extra tweaking. Unfortunately, they do exist, and it's probably going to be the one that you've picked. So
I always pick the hardest thing.
Unfortunately,
And when it goes wrong, someone always says, I've never had that happen before. Great. I'm so happy I could help you.
I'm so glad I could show you something new.
Let me show you how to break it.
Well, Sarah and I do generally try to break it for you guys so you would know what not to do.
So you can fix it when you do what I just
whenever, did. Yeah, we've pretty much done it all before you have. So we can fix that for you. So, big nutshell, these are phenomenal tools and will absolutely make your life embroidering and or heat transfer vinyling or whatever it is that you're doing way less stressful. Just be smart about whatever it is that you're doing, right? Absolutely.
And just because the internet says it's right doesn't mean it is. So really, really use your common sense a little bit sometimes before you make that fine. It's hard to pull out stitches.
Really tall.
It is very tall. I feel like we're only seeing our little faces. Hi, we're way down here. I don't know what happened.
Sorry.
I was busy moving the machine.
It's okay.
I messed it up really.
She struggled with some of the screws on the cameras.
I'm sure I tightened it, so.
Oh, I know you tightened it. That was not me. I tightened this one.
My hand apparently only works one way, swiveling.
It was like I bumped something and the camera was flying. I was like, I gotta tighten that one because it was going all over. But yeah, she was like, I need your help. Could you loosen this screw for me? But yeah, that was what we were doing. But yeah, so common sense and some tools, and boom, everything's gonna work out great. And what else is going on around here? So snow. Call before you come in the next couple of days just to make sure. We would really hate to have you brave the weather and then have it be a wasted trip because we just can't promise what's going to happen. It'll depend on what's going on. So tomorrow I will definitely be here in the morning, and Sarah's planning on coming in the morning unless it's super scary out where she's at. It'll depend on how the day progresses, how long all of us or any of us will be here. And Thursday a little bit crapshoot. So we'll see how it goes. And if the weather people are complete idiots, then we'll be here Thursday. Well, I won't be here Thursday either way, but
I really feel short.
You did it.
I totally my fault.
And then we'll see how it all goes. But just double check before you drive in. We'd love to see you, but we just want to make sure we'd actually see you.
So we are sending, we did send an email out this morning. So if for some reason you believe that you are supposed to be on our email and you are not getting it, I have seen some familiar names unsubscribe lately. And I do know that it's easy to hit that button. Once you do that, I have zero.
We can't add you back in. So you have to add yourself back in. So if you are not getting emails and you once were, check and see if you can just resubscribe. You can go to the homepage and you can put yourself back on the list.
Absolutely. So if you didn't find an email from us today, or you wish you would have gotten an email and you still didn't, LeabuSewingCenter.com will
bottom
take
of the homepage.
You right to the bottom, add it to our newsletter, contact, not in
join
the contact,
our mailing list.
Join our mailing list.
And you can just sign up and it'll resubscribe you.
Yes. If some,
because we can't do that.
We can't.
There's this whole legal mumbo jumbo. If you unsubscribe, you're like off limits to us.
But it puts like sometimes on my, like on my iPad, the unsubscribe button is at the top.
It's easy. It is unfortunately an easy fairly easy thing to do.
It is.
But
we promise we won't spam your folder or your thing with tons of stuff.
wouldn't do it.
Except for right now, because it's about iron. It's about irons. It's about snow. Somebody just
asked
an
a
email
question about an iron.
irons.
So that wasn't completely random.
Yes, that's that. So here we are.
So yeah, that, and then it's already February, so you guys can look over the next couple of days, especially if we're not very busy with whatnot. We'll get that newsletter out. We have dates picked for club dates. We have those coming. I feel like we have an event coming up.
I think we do have a dime event.
And then we'll have a digital exclusives stitch out at the end of the month. So we do have a few things coming up. You'll get those dates and all of that fun. There is a Kimberbell event at the beginning of March. And spring showers. We have like just a small smattering of fabrics that we're waiting on. And we should be hopefully ready for those. So if you have not pre-ordered and you wanted to, you were running out of time very quickly. So make sure that pre-order gets in.
Pending this snowpocalypse thing, some of you, you could be getting your notifications by Monday or Tuesday that your kit is ready to be picked up. So
Yep.
Very, very soon we'll be making some USB sticks with those designs. But probably Monday or by this time Tuesday, the pre-sale will be off.
We will send out an email that says last chance. It'll have like a 24-hour window from when we send it out, that this is the last chance that you have if you haven't already pre-ordered, because final are being made to finish out the kits, that this is your last chance to get the free quilting patterns and get the lower price point, and that the price will go up and the quilting designs will go away.
Yes.
So you can expect that to be, like she said, probably the beginning of the week. So running out of time there.
Yeah.
So lots of fun coming up and lots of possible snow coming up. So you guys can look at all those things in your emails to touch base with what's happening, and maybe we'll see you soon. Be safe over the next few days. Stay warm, and
shop online.
We'll see you guys later. Take care. Bye.